Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available Live Breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Good afternoon and welcome in Ultimate Autograph breakers, breakies, breakettes, break dancers. We're breaking all over the place here today. It's Alex and Rob, little A-Rob time, coming to you live from the normally the city beautiful. It is today the city that's underwater in Burr Ridge, Illinois. So Alex and I, we tipped very generously today to our Uber drivers to get us well fed here between shows, because overall it's
now or never.
It's now or never, because it's I think that's the mindset that our Uber drivers are going to have getting here today. It's like,
good luck finding this place, guys.
I was going to say it's very.
I have to leave very special instructions, but yeah. Between being here for 4 shows, Rob, I thought this would be my only time to get a little French toast action in, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm gonna have to keep that updated,
We're getting some
by the way.
French toast action in the breaks, though, too. We're getting some movement.
It smells fancy. It looks like I thought it was Texas toast from here, but it looks
over there in the kitchen.
Yeah, you did. No, of course. I mean, shout out to you for not burning anything down this time. So we have a couple
of no-bake French toast.
I was so let's get into the breaks and get you guys updated and a recap. We can talk about our lunches as we go along here, as week 7 is well underway and kicked off. Maybe you guys are joining us from across the pond. The Los Angeles Rams with a dominant 35-7 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in the UK. They moved to 5-2. Jacksonville falls to 4-3. But at least one positive for Jacksonville, their two-way star in Travis Hunter by far had his most impactful and best game of his career. The lone touchdown that was scored in that game was by Travis Hunter himself. Had 8 catches for over 100 yards. So cool to see the Colorado Buff get some action there across the pond. Let's get some action into these breaks, guys. First and foremost, you know how things are going down here. Welcome in, Mr. Hoffman, saying bear down is right. I know that's the Chicago Bears saying for a lot of Bears fans around here and Bears fans everywhere, but we literally bear down in that first show. We dropped that brand new multi-sport jersey series, and you guys went under the Christmas tree. You saw 30 brand new gifts that were unwrapped, and you ripped them open like a bunch of rabid raccoons. We had 3 goated headliners, as you can see next to Alex and myself. Yogi Berra, the 10. Talk about 10, which is crazy because everybody talks about how Bill Russell has more more rings than fingers. Yogi Berra, he's 1 finger behind. He had 10 World Series rings in his times with the New York Yankees. The 3-time MVP. Yogi Berra doesn't get much better than him until you move to the next guy in Nikola Jokic. the 3-time MVP, the current best basketball player on planet Earth for the Denver Nuggets, number 15. Him and his Denver Nuggets starting this upcoming Wednesday, Alex. This is the last weekend of the year until the middle of June that we're going to go without NBA basketball. So I'm very, very excited for that. The NBA is back this week, so no better way to start it than with the MVP in Nikola Jokic. And how about my guy, 35, the big hurt, Frank Thomas? He was also in that multi-sport jersey series. Over 500 career home runs, had an illustrious career with the Chicago White Sox, most notably the 1993-1994 back-to-back AL MVP. Let Alex and I be your MVPs today as I take you through my little spiel here. As we continue to mosey right along into the 12 o'clock hour. So we're going to get into the dice roll, but you guys feel free to let Alex and I know in the chat, where are you watching from? We got a lot of new people that have bought into the breaks today. I think we had 3 or 4 new customers in the morning show. We got some new, what's up?
Matt Hobson.
Matt Hobson. So we have another person. Matt, welcome in, buddy. Favorite team, favorite player. Who are you looking to break open? Quite literally here into these breaks today. So let's get down to it, Alex. Dice roll last show was 8. Let's see what we have going forward for us today. Any good guesses in that brain of yours?
I'm going to go with 11.
11. Okay. I like it. 11 today. You know what? I'm going to one-up you. I always try to one-up you. I know how hard that is to do, but let's go with number.
I don't think it is.
Let's go with number 12. Let's go with number 12. I was gonna say depends on the day. The mics were not muted, by the way, during that last conversation. So we're gonna have the locks are gonna be changed when we go home tonight. So
everybody at Denny's is gonna be after us, bro.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 7 today. So let's take you guys out to 7th heaven in the break room today, guys. So let's see what we got going on here. So that's going to be that. And then, of course, we're going to end up having our Chase Wheel Spin available for everybody. So typically for you guys, so we have the jerseys, the diamonds, the bats, and the practice squad series. We also have the Speed Flex series that is available as well. The Speed Flex series, we're looking to get some more and more action going on with that. But before we end up even getting into that, any ideas, any guesses at all on what we want the Chase Wheel Spin to be today, guys? I certainly want it to be the bats, to say the least, or the jerseys. The jerseys have a ton, and I mean a ton, of big baller headliners available. So let's see what Lady Luck and her lovely assistant of advertisements over here have to say. And there we go. It was the most bought out break this morning, and we are going to continue the party here as we mosey right along into the jerseys. So this is a very unconventional jersey series for those that are unfamiliar. So I'll get you guys caught up in that in just a second. Get the Chase Wheel Spin being the jersey. And let's do this thing. So taking you guys into the break page here, Alex will be back in just a moment. Let's see where we are currently at, guys. So we had 10 overall breaks in the morning show with Alex and myself. Really, really fun time as always. Looking to keep the good vibes rolling. And we are already close to doing a practice squad break right here as the single box break. $51 to get into that bad boy. The practice squad, we only had one, which was an and more hit in the practice squad in the 9 a.m. show. We still have more than half the boxes remaining. A 1 in 2 chance, 8 in 16 odds, ladies and gents. Doesn't get much better than that. A 1 in 2 chance of getting yourself a lot of headliners in this practice squad series, which I'll dive into in a little bit. 6 spots left in the double box break for that. 4, count them, 4 in the quads. If we end up getting this quad box during the show today, Alex and I will flex our quads as we do this entire series, of course, with your guys' permission, and probably Matt, Jeff, and Common's permission as well, too.
I've been skipping leg day a lot. So.
I've been skipping leg day for the last 26 years, so I feel you on that one, my friend. But still, very, very possible we see that quad box happen. We see a lot of the big time regulars, a lot of the heavy hitters that play.
We pull that moon, man. I'll flex my glutes.
Yeah, I mean that's
glutamus maximus.
Yeah, I mean we have to pull the moon
my
for
medulla oblongata.
That's the only exception to the rule. There is my medulla oblongata.
Coach Klein. Man, I read something the other day
about Coach Klein.
Do you find the playbook? Like, the only reason y'all spell, or what did they say? I just read some meme this morning, and it was Bobby Boucher but I read it. It was some meme, like as if he was saying it.
Yeah.
And I read it in the Bobby Boucher voice, and I got a good chuckle to myself, man. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'll recall here shortly.
Well, we're going to go into the jerseys in just a second, guys. And maybe Bobby Boucher is lurking somewhere down by the bayou.
The only reason the only reason you call it Roll Tide is because you can't spell elephant.
That actually sounds like that would be in the script for that movie. Thank you, Mr. Coach Can. All right, time for Waboito to get back on the mic here. So the Diamonds, 8 spots left in the double box break, guys, for the Diamonds. Overall for that series, not a whole lot of movement that we saw this morning, but we still have some great helmets available in there for you, including a Speedflex that you can get as low as $103. Just a fraction, a decimal, such a small fraction of the cost, guys. I cannot think of a better synonym for that word, but it's very tiny for what a Speedflex would cost for example, Bo Nix is in that series. He is the Speedflex that's available in the Diamonds. Double box break in the Speedflex series still available. 5 spots left in the single. That is more than doable. I would love to see that go over the course of that show. It's called the Speedflex series for a reason, guys. It's the most expensive helmet, the most valuable helmet, I should say, a part of any PC collection. Also, some of the best looking. We all like to, kick our feet up on Sundays and just, cruise through and watch a lot of pretty things go by. Nothing prettier than a Speedflex on a Sunday afternoon, as I like to say. But how about these jerseys? We're going to get into that in just a second. That's a part of our Chase Wheel Spin, by the way. That is the Chase Wheel Spin for this afternoon, determined by Miss Lady Luck herself. The Diamond singles are at 4 as well, and then we had a lot of action. And as the baseball bats this morning, Rafael Palmeiro and Big Sexy. No, I am not talking about myself. Bartolo Colon stopped in, said hola, and he was in the hidden gems in that series. Rafael Palmeiro as well. Silencio, mijo.
Silencio.
Yeah, bench warmers. Silencio, mijo.
I ain't seen that as religiously as I've seen things like
that. Dude, you talk about a quotable. You can watch that one time, and that is one of the most quotable movies that you can find.
Okay,
it's really good. So, 7 spots left in the double box break for the baseball bats, and 5 left in the single. So I alluded to the jerseys. Let's start with that because that is our Chase Wheel Spin here today, guys. Again, we open the show Yogi Bear. And how about the his nickname? Funny enough, he actually Nikola Jokic's nickname. You know what it is? Any guesses at all?
Jokic Bear.
Very close. The Honey Bear.
Oh,
Honey Bear or Big Honey. He goes by 2 different nicknames.
What's his
in
name?
the Denver? The Big Hurt.
Oh.
The Big Hurt. The Big Bear.
I should remember from last show.
It should. You really should have. You really should have. You rascally rat. Rams dominated the Jags this morning. Yes, they did, Brett. Yes, they did. Shout out to you, BK. I almost ordered you for lunch, by the way, but I didn't.
Yeah, not a good. Probably not a good this day and age.
Yeah, Burger King in this environment, in this economy.
I saw the Arby's steak nuggets advertised. I don't know how I feel about those. They did look delicious on the advertisement.
Steak
but let's be honest. Fast food advertisements, with the exception of Culver's, okay? Culver's is a fine dining fast food establishment. I love Culver's, bro. I'll do some unforgivable things for a double butter burger. Let me say
I will let you. I'm not gonna stop you until I hear something that's just.
Let's be honest.
You're spitting right now.
The advertisements that they show for fast food never match the food that you actually get.
You know, my girlfriend and I yesterday, we were at shout out to Julaska. We were doing some fall shopping, a little bit of grocery shopping as well for ourselves. But I was kind of going through and looking in the frozen food section. The creativity that some of these companies are going through to just try to hit the media masses. Dude, I'm a big pudding guy.
Culver's don't have to do any creativity for me, man.
I mean, bro, the cheese curds alone, which by the way, I lived in Wisconsin for 4 years,
Cancel
by the
that
way.
order. We're getting Culver's.
You will come across a lot of Wisconsinites who will say you haven't had a real cheese curd unless you have a Wisconsin cheese curd, which is true. They are naturally better up there. Shout out to the Moo-Moos up in Wisconsin, but the Culver's here, the curds, phenomenal. They are insane, but the burgers itself too are really, really good. So I've got a Caleb Williams authentic for you Bears fans if interested. Brett Kelly said, LOL. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face.
We got him.
Got him. Hopefully I can get all of you guys into this break. That transition was horrendous. But these jerseys certainly are not. I am feeling a little under the weather though today, so I'll be honest with you guys, it's going to be a little tough. You know what can help me better a little bit more? The doctor. Dr. J.
Dr. Rivers?
Dr. J. Dr. Rivers usually
here.
helps. Yeah, he always is. Where is Doc? What's Doc up to right now? I miss
Dennis?
seeing the little beer emojis, the little can emojis that he drops. Cheers to you, Doc, wherever you are, my friend.
He's around. He got an order in, what was it? Something. The big play, the big fly baseball biatz.
Big fly, baby, big fly.
I'm trying to get. I really like. I'm big
Coach
prize,
Clan.
big prize picks guys lately. Drewski sold me on prize picks.
Dude, we have.
What?
No, I was gonna say we've didn't even go 15 minutes and we're already
sidetracking.
Already getting into that. No. Believe me, it's more than okay. I was just gonna say the sidetracking is very okay. If you know A-Rob Hour here, you know that it's sidetrack central. But staying on task with Julius Erving, he hit the cowboy lid this morning. He did indeed, Mr. Jason Rosales. Welcome in, Jason. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. Let's talk about Julius Erving. The Fro. ABA legend. If you blend his ABA and NBA career, Alex, he is basically like, think of like LeBron James's peak athleticism, but he didn't have the muscle mass of LeBron. But I mean, he was like the original high flyer. Him and George Gervin, both coming over from the ABA, eventually to the Sixers and what we call the Spurs now, the Sixers and the Spurs. Former MVP, 1983 NBA world champion. Just an unbelievable talent. One of those guys I wish I could go back into a time machine in the hardwood and watch. Back then, man, after games, they were going through a carton of cigarettes and having a couple of beers as post-game routines. They were playing in Chuck Taylors, for goodness sake. Imagine what he was doing now and with actual, medical treatment, massage tables, all the fixins. Julius Erving would be a bad man in this NBA today. Speaking of which, how about Larry Bird? This is a USA Olympic jersey, guys. This is a Dream Team Larry Bird jersey that we have available as a photoed headliner. You usually see him on the number 9. Today, he's the number 7. Now, you have Julius Erving and Larry Bird next to each other. You know what you get there? You get 6'7".
6'7". Please.
Little 6'7"
Too
action
much
for you guys here.
school-related action.
I bet you're happy that I decided not to put the product came on there.
Yes.
Larry Bird, the hick from French Lick, as people know him as he goes by. 3-time MVP. He is still the last player that has won 3 consecutive MVPs. He's the most recent guy to do that. Nikola Jokic almost did that until that streak was interrupted by Joel Embiid 2 seasons ago. But Larry Bird, one of the greatest players of all time. I think undoubtedly a top 10 player. Him and Magic Johnson, Alex, they saved the NBA in the 1980s.
Oh, did they?
He did indeed, and you can save him from being inside of one of these boxes, trapped inside of one of these boxes for just $32 a piece. How about Stephen Curry? The greatest shooter that God has ever created, as Stephen A. Smith always so likes to say. 4-time NBA champion, the all-time leader in three-pointers made, the first ever unanimous NBA MVP in league history. Back-to-back MVP in 2015 and 2016, Steph Curry, who, by the way, is looking to take him and his Warriors back to contention again in the Western Conference this year. Let's see how that goes. We can talk about that a little later. We started this show at 9 a.m. Most people consider it 9 a.m. what? The morning. How about we get started this afternoon with a little Alonzo morning on the Miami Heat jersey, the former first overall pick of the Charlotte Hornets. And he bounced around a little bit, but he was a Charlotte Hornet, a Miami Heat, a New Jersey Net towards the talent of his career. But man, Alonzo, one of the baddest men in the NBA. Shaquille O'Neal always said that outside of Rick Smits, Alonzo Mourning was the hardest guy that he ever had to go up against. One of the most physically imposing centers. He played in the golden age of centers, Alex, in the 1990s. So, Hall of Famer, unbelievable talent, Alonzo Mourning. Speaking of unbelievable talent, let's get into the hockey category here.
Let's do it.
We got ourselves some Bobby Hull action. If you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan or a hockey buff, you know how great Bobby Hull was. One of the most talented wingers in NHL history. Mark Messier, certainly on the Mount Rushmore of New York Rangers when it comes to all-time NHL players. Awesome jersey there. Hull & Oates, baby. Got a little Hull & Oates action. Maybe you're listening to a little Hull & Oates in your car right now, listening to Ultimate Autographs with Alex and myself. So really, really cool stuff there for you guys to take a look at some NHL jerseys. First time that we got some NHL jerseys available for you. So really nice to see. We also have your guy, Dominic Hasek, as well. So yeah, the goaltender.
Yeah, wrong sport.
Yeah, Dom Hass, very, very cool there. Goaltender
Hass.
in the NHL. And then we have Nikita Kucherov as well, the two-time Stanley Cup champion with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Electrifying goal-scoring wing, formerly of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's electric.
Down at the bottom, we already got two of these jerseys that have gone by the boards, Frank Thomas and Yogi Berra. They are up here next to Alex and I. But guess what? You still have three modern-day greats. How about Ronald Acuna Jr., the 2021 World Series champion with the Atlanta Braves? One of the most talented players ever, Robbie. Robbie, I did it. Oh, my.
What?
Scratch the show. Cut the whole show. Oh, my God. This is what happens when I work 4 shows with Robbie leading up to this. So I apologize, my friend.
Why is he doing that?
Oh, my God. So I'm going to reboot my whole brain on that one. So, Alex, my good man.
What's up?
Ronald Acuna Jr., he's a baseball player. He plays for the Atlanta Braves. He's a headliner in this series. He was the first ever 40-70 player in MLB history just a few years ago. 40 home runs, 70 stolen bases. Talk about a couple of 5-tool players next to him. This guy tonight, Alex, he can make history in the Pacific Northwest. How about Julio Rodriguez? Four squared, 44s, baby, for Julio Rodriguez. He can become a cult icon in Seattle. They are a win away. That game is starting in just a few hours. Logan Gilbert against Trey Yesavage. Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. Let's see if Julio has a big performance and can put those Mariners on his back and lead them into the promised land of the World Series for the first time in franchise history. Riley Green, your guy. You're a Motown guy through and through. The Detroit Tigers, they had an abrupt end to their postseason run, but it was not because of Sir Riley Green. He had his first breakout season, the former Florida Gator, in Riley Green. An awesome talent. Had over 100 runs batted in this year, over 30 home runs for the first time in his career. As a Chicago White Sox fan, I do not enjoy facing Riley Green 12 times a season.
Who does?
Not a lot of people, I will tell you that. So looking across the board here, guys, now we're going to go through the top to bottom rundown again. Keep in mind that the Jersey Series is the Chase Wheel Spin. If you want to get spun right around by Alex and I, get in that series, ladies and gents.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
And we go down.
Round.
Let's get into the practice squad, you silly gooses and gals.
Geeses?
Geeses?
Geeses, oh my.
What
Excuse me?
So a goose, so a flock of gooses are called geese.
That's a fleek.
That's a fleek.
These geese are on fleek.
That windbreaker is on fleek, by the way.
Kuyu, baby.
On fleek, yeah.
Look.
Woo. Kuyu squared.
Well, this is
Who you?
Who knew Kuyu?
Man, you're a layer today.
I am. That's their whole thing. Layered.
You're triple.
Their layer technology. This one was on sale. I only get this.
I was not going to notice, so I just got this sweater. I feel nice and toasty in this. I needed it today, man. Thermostat has not risen since I left my home this morning.
Is that right?
Thermostat is going to raise here in the break room, though, when we start breaking into some of these boxes. Let's talk about some of the bad brothers that we have in this practice squad series. 1 and 2 shot guys, 8 total headliners, 16 available boxes left in the practice squad. $51 to get yourself into the single box. That would be $102 to get yourself, of course, into the double box break, because that is how math works. Calvin Johnson, Megatron. Again, this is a Michigan-themed show for some reason all of a sudden. One of Alex's favorite players of all time, one of the most talented wide receivers in NFL history. You could have him on a mini for just $51. A couple of the other headliners in this series. How about Edgerrin James on the luck of the shoe for the Indianapolis Colts there on the military camouflage for the Indianapolis Colts. Chinmay and I yesterday, actually, Alex, we had a little back and forth trying to figure out, was Edgerrin James a Super Bowl champion or not? Because I thought that he was with that 2006 Colts championship team. It was actually Dominic Rhodes and Joseph Adai's backfield. That was Joseph.
Is that right?
That was Joseph Adai's rookie season. And Edgerrin James, silly me, he signed with my Cardinals in that offseason, but I thought he wasn't there until 07. But the late, great Jim Irsay, who just recently passed away, turns out he actually sent a Super Bowl ring to Edgerrin James. So that shows you how much he meant to that franchise and how much he can mean to your collection, guys. Just $51 for the multiple-time Pro Bowler in Edgerrin James. Tim Brown wasn't too bad either. He's a Hall of Famer.
You might have closed out those jerseys, too, just FYI.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
No, one to go.
One to go. Uno mas, baby. Uno mas to go. So very, very good, guys. Very good.
Sorry, keep saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay, man. It's all right. This is what we're here for. It's a back and forth, you know. Being in the break room, by the way, y'all. This is exactly how it's a little bit of a foxtrot that Alex and I go on. You know, I do a little dip here, you do a little dip there. You know, we do a little back and forth action. You know, it's a good time.
It's a weird time. I mean, it's a good time.
It's a weirdly good time. It's an oddly good time that you and I have together. Some might say we have a little too much fun here in the break room.
You put weird and good together. What do you got? Never mind.
You want to restart the router on that one?
Yep.
Geared, big gear.
Firehouse order.
Wait, you do too?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, it's actually okay.
Let me see here.
2 minutes, my friend. 2 minutes. Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna kind of browse out there.
No, yeah, it's fun. No, I'm just gonna do the rundown actually. If you want to, go ahead. Appreciate you, brother, as always. So Tim Brown, the Hall of Famer, still in this series. Make sure to get him on a authentic. And then Rondé Barber, also in this series as well. The 2002 Super Bowl champion, Rondé Barber, one of the most durable defensive backs in NFL history. On secondary headliners, all three of them. Warren Moon, Alex was talking about a little afternoon mooning. There's nothing wrong with that. We encourage a little afternoon mooning. So let's see what goes on there in the secondary headliners. Ricky Williams, the former Miami Dolphin, New Orleans Saint, former rushing yard leader, has some of the best inscriptions that we see on some autographs here in the break room. Hidden holes, smoking bowls, just one of my favorite inscriptions of his that I can think off the top of my head. Hopefully we can see a Ricky Williams pull as a secondary headliner. And Frank Gore, who we actually saw get pulled on a jersey in the last show. So we just have those two secondary headliners available in the practice squad, guys. Looking into another series, again, Alex said just one jersey spot, guys. That is going to break immediately. So do not be that one person that misses out on an opportunity of a photoed headliner jersey. We have 17 of them things left, guys. So that is going to break any moment now. You do not want to be the poor soul that misses out on a lot of legends from a lot of different sports, especially if you're a big hockey buff. I know hockey does not come around very often in this break room, so please make sure that you are able to hop into that last jersey spot. Let's talk about the single box break for the Autograph Speedflex series. So $148 a piece to get in this muchacho or muchacha, whichever one that you classify as. A lot of good ratios. This is actually the best ratios that we have available. Nearly 80%, guys. 11 and 14 chance for you to land a Speed Flex headliner. Very hard to believe. Speed Flexes, if those that are not aware, they're the most expensive type of helmet that is provided. And as soon as you start to add the autograph, maybe some inscriptions, a visor, which we have on some of these, as you guys can see on the screen here, doesn't get much better than that for that level of cost. Just $148 and a chance to get a Speed Flex. Speaking of inscriptions, one of my favorites around that you will see. How about the D-Goat in Lawrence Taylor? Some will say Reggie White. A lot of people would also argue Lawrence Taylor to have the best defensive prime all time for any NFL player. Certainly one of the greatest players in general. And honestly, the Secretary of Defense, the best game wrecker, I would say. He had two 20-plus sack seasons, which I don't think has ever been done before in NFL history. He was an absolute monster, manning the middle for the New York Football Giants throughout the 1980s. One of my favorite design lids, we see this all the time. Todd Meyer, if you're in the chat, my friend, you know exactly what I am talking about, my friend. Skull season. They're in action right now against the Philadelphia Eagles. But how about Randy Moss? I'd certainly like to have him lining up outside next to Justin Jefferson on the Winter Warrior. Speaking of inscriptions, he puts this on everything. Straight cash, homie. That's something that Randy Moss would usually say famously before games. And anytime that he would make a big play, it was always straight cash. As we have a big-time delivery here in the break room. Shockingly, for the first time ever, it is not a break, but I hope you guys know that I am very, very excited as we waddle our way into the next helmet here. Terrell Davis, the former MVP running back for the Denver Broncos and two-time Super Bowl champion, on the Orange Crush Denver Broncos colored lid. You get a little bit of the Broncos blue as well on the signature right above the Bronco. Oh, Nelly. Let's move ourselves right along. Luke Kuechly. Very sad career of Luke Kuechly. He's a man that prioritized his physical and mental health. I guess the guy wanted to live a long and happy and healthy life, I guess, and didn't want to get destroyed by...
He was a savage, though.
You know, he was, to say the least.
You know who else was? Brian Cushing.
Brian could talk about a hard hitter.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that guy was just a savage.
Jesus,
You ever
that
see
guy
the video
was
of him
nuts.
like headbutting somebody with his
Yeah.
helmet off?
Yeah, Cam Scatterbo must have watched a lot of that because Scat now does that a lot these days too. Den says that the jersey's closed. They have indeed closed. So we're gonna have our first break of the afternoon show here today. Thank you guys very much. Luke Kuechly, 5-time Pro Bowler, or All-Pro, I should say. My apologies. On the lid here for Luke Kuechly, one of the best linebackers of all time and definitely one of the best linebackers of the 2010s. Mike Evans, Mr. 1,000-yard man. He is expected to be back on Monday night against the Detroit Lions, your Detroit Lions, as they visit Ford Field to try to improve to 6-1. MVP frontrunners, by the way. Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield. That game, Alex, can make a long, long way for each one of those guys trying to put together an MVP caliber resume. Both guys have been off to an excellent start so far in this 2025 season. Mike Evans looks to help out Baker Mayfield as much as possible. How about Andre 3000 and Andre Johnson on the Houston Texans lid? Jamar Chase, who this past Thursday night, Alex, broke the Cincinnati Bengals single game record for targets with 23, catches with 16, and receiving yards with 161. A historic day for Jamar on Thursday. One of you could have a historic day in the break room and grab a Jamar Chase lid today on Sunday. What a nice week that would be to earn a Jamar Chase lid. That automatically just makes the value of this skyrocket for him already having a historical mark in Bengals franchise history. You can get him on the custom speed flex there with the all-black visor. Last two guys here in the photo headliners, Eric Dickerson, the single season rushing yards leader, formerly of the St. Louis and Los Angeles Rams, and then DeMarcus Ware, the two-time sack leader. We saw him pop out earlier in the practice squad on a authentic. And then, Alex, whenever you get the chance, brother, just the Frank Gore at the bottom of the practice squad. That was the last thing I did not update from the last show. Just erase that bad boy off, and we will be good to go. So, got the names in here for the jerseys. And away we go.
Away we go.
Let's do it.
I'm about to eat your subs, bro.
Don't take my subs.
I'll take your subs.
You think you're a sub above the rest?
I'm a sub below. I'm a subway.
You're a submarine.
Who says sub above? Subway?
I think so, yeah. Am I getting sued for
Jersey
that?
Mike's.
Maybe.
Sub above.
Dude, Mike's Way, Jersey Mike's. That's gas. That is going 100 miles that's going 100 miles an hour in a 25
I like a good sloppy
25 mile an hour speed
BLT
limit.
from there, you know.
That is also very, very good as well. So name randomizer is up, but I'm also going to need one number for the jersey. Just so you guys know what you're playing for here, folks. Gonna pull up the this for you guys again, just for the jerseys. As you can see, we're getting that bad boy pulled back up. Den says wheel. Thank you, Den.
Wheelie.
We're gonna do a couple of wheelies. Pop some wheelies out here.
One to go in the practice squad. Single too.
Oh really?
Oh really?
Oh, is that so? You don't.
That is right.
You don't say there.
That is so right.
Well, that's going to be exciting to get to. Julius Erving, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, Alonzo Mourning, Brett Hull, Bobby Hull, Mark Messier, Hull and Oates action here. Adam Oates, and then Brett Hull, Dominic Hasek, Nikita Kucherov, Ronald Acuna Jr., Julio Rodriguez, and Riley Green is what you guys are playing for on this. So Den wants the wheel. Den's going to get the wheel. Let's do this thing. Brett said 10. Brett, appreciate you, buddy, but unfortunately you did not beat Den's very fast fingers on the keyboard.
Fast finger Den.
Fast. Yes. I think that chant has ever been said about him before.
Fast finger Den. Fast finger Den. You ever hear that one, Dad?
Maybe that's a high school nickname that he received for his quick typing skills. All right.
Fast finger Den. I know something's wrong with me.
Oh man, it's officially Goofy Goose Sunday here in the break room. Number 2 for Derek Jeter. Maybe we got another baseball jersey in here.
Maybe we do.
Number 2 on the jersey. Gosh, I guess I'll get it.
Yeah, you will. It's right there.
Is that all you got to say?
Yeah, I was gonna put something else in there, but I forgot.
Don't do it.
Please do not do that.
Oh, where is my man Foog?
Fuglin.
You know where I'm gonna add to my Europe trip in March when I go?
Germany.
I'm gonna go to Foogland.
Fugland.
I'm gonna go.
Fugland is next to Deutschland.
7 on the dice roll, ladies and gents. Good luck to everybody, because you guys are all luckier than me. I'm lucky to have you guys here in the break room today. Truth be told.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so lucky. I'd be even luckier if I had foog. I'm about to eat some foog. Let's see what we got here, guys. Randomizer. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these names over just a skosh. Bang.
Just a skosh.
So jersey number 2, thanks to the wheel of Den. There we go. It's set on the screen. This is what we're looking at, guys. Daniel Sandel in the New York Yankees, Detroit Red Wings, and Chicago Bulls division. Karen Reagan for the Denver Nuggets, Detroit Tigers, and New York Islanders. The doc is in. Dennis Rivers for Golden State, the Philadelphia Flyers, the San Francisco Giants, and the Atlanta Braves. So he's looking at a Curry or Acuna jersey there. Daniel Sandel again with the Team USA. That'll be Larry Bird. Chicago Cubs, New Jersey Devils, which would be Dominic Hasek, and the New York Knickerbockers. Brett Kelly. Nice to see you again, Brett. Thanks for playing as always, my man. St. Louis Blues, my Chicago White Sox. Unfortunately, unless we get a hidden gem for a White Sox, that's my boy Big Hurt Frank Thomas over there. Seattle Supersonics, by the way, who is a Gary Payton secondary headliner, who I would imagine would be that dude. I think the Supersonics have the best vintage jerseys, I think, out of any NBA team. Those things are sick. LA Kings as well for you, Brett. New York Rangers, Philadelphia 76ers, New York Mets, and the Washington Capitals for Angie Nielsen. Dennis McKeon. Den, this is you, man. This is wheel magic for you, buddy. Tampa Bay Lightning, that's Nikita Kucherov. Miami Heat, that's Alonzo Mourning. Philadelphia Phillies, that would have to be a hidden gem hit because we have Jeremy Roenick and Fergie Jenkins as the secondary headliners to go alongside Gary Payton. And then the Milwaukee Bucks. As well. And then we rounded out with the Seattle Mariners, which is the Julio Rodriguez, Chicago Blackhawks, which should be Jeremy Roenick, Atlanta Hawks, and Oakland Athletics for the doc, Dennis Rivers. Let's do this. No more talking. Time to start doing the breakings. Woo! So
The breaks.
I'm going to test your attention span here, which I know is going to be already interesting right off the bat, but
Minimal
amount of attention, maximum amount of power. Let's get these biceps flexing a little bit here because we're all feeling a little under the weather today.
Let's get to
So
flexing.
I need a prescription. I need a 33 tablet prescription for this man right here. He's a part of the Bombers of the Oakland A's, a 2-time World Series champion. It's Jose Canseco on the Oakland Athletics jersey. Those are the Bay Bombers, him and Mark McGwire in the late 80s, early 90s for those Oakland Athletics teams, led by, of course, Tony La Russa. Jose Canseco, one of the most controversial players in Major League Baseball history, but also one of the most talented. Over 500 career home runs, some of the longest home runs that you would ever see in your entire life. Wow, this is a hidden gem, by the way. A Jose Canseco hit. Hidden gem. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dennis.
it is.
Dennis, my friend, way to go, buddy.
Dennis the Menace.
I need to see that little cheers emoji, man. You got to cheers that hit. Little cheers.
We do have a practice squad coming up.
Well, what if I don't want to do it, huh?
Then, well,
You ever think about that?
That's not in the rule book.
We have
It's
a
not
rule
in the
book?
10 Commandments of what to do if a breaker refuses to break.
Breaker, niner, niner.
We don't have a union.
Are we? Are you calling from a walkie-talkie?
Are you calling for a walkie-talkie?
No, it's cordless.
Spray that thing for bugs?
Your brain's the one with the thick candy shell on it.
We got a thin candy shell. Surprised you didn't know that.
Nice pull, Dennis. Yeah, Robert's saying, is that a little bit of a bot emoji there? A little bit of an ice emoji? Yeah, no, that's a great hit. Nice pull, Dennis. Yeah. Mr. Canseco. Very, very nice, my friend. So awesome hit there. So let's get into that practice squad.
Squadron.
And because we did the jersey, that means that you guys are going on the Chase wheel spin. Way to go. I need hit my theme music. So very, very cool there. Congratulations.
Matt Stafford got me 27 points in my big money fantasy league, so looking like we're going to.
Well, isn't that just Peachy Keen, Ed Gein?
Whoa.
Too soon?
Too weird.
I was a little scared leaving my house today, just because it was gave me the dark and spooky vibes.
He was giving him the spookies. Foog has the spookies. That's why he's not spinning his breaks.
Fugas are committing unspeakable acts.
Foog has an illness, the spooky illness.
Spookies. Yeah, and it looks like Robert's getting a little spooky in the chat with his emojis there. What is that? What is that? Is that like a hamster or a frog? What is that? No.
It's like Flubber doing. That's like Flubber doing the.
Oh, I think I know who it is. I think it's Foog.
Doing the what's that? The Thriller dance. That's Flubber doing the Thriller dance. Is Foog peeking hockey?
That's just Robert Hoffman.
Pecking hockey?
Peckin. All right, let's do this, guys. Practice squat. Gonna need one. Is that single, right? Single?
Single and ready to mingle with the breaks.
You always have to say please when asking for the number.
Otherwise, they get mad.
You're getting mad at Foog.
Oh no, is that not what we want?
That's why he doesn't show up anymore to the festivities. All right, guys, looking for one number from Brett, Brady, Lonnie, Daniel, Matt, Ryan, Michael. 7 different gentlemen in this break.
It's like 5 guys. What's up with you and the different gentlemen, dude? Last week you were about 5 guys. This week we got 7 different gentlemen. What's going on?
I personally, in my opinion, you can never have enough gentlemen in your break.
That's very true. We have eight different gentlemen.
Now you can max out at 8 men in your break at once, but at the same time, you can have a different variety of men. You can actually have one man in 8 different breaks in you at the same time. We've seen that all the time. We see one guy buy out 8 breaks all to himself, and just maybe he's just selfish. He just doesn't want to share, and that's okay.
Yep.
That's totally fine.
That's totes fun.
You know, we saw that a couple days ago, actually. 6-0 Bears. Thank you, Peckin. Yeah, Bears are up 6-0. We get a nice scoreboard update.
Who scored?
2 field goals.
Oh, well,
Couple of kicks. What are the numbers that are available? Great question. Great question for you, my friend. Numbers are going to be available down at the bottom for the practice squad. Nice job by I like the way that this looks with the ticker now at the bottom with the numbers.
Thank you very much.
So Brett, my friend, looking for 1, 5, 9er, 9er, 10, 14, 16, 18 through 20, and so much for that. 24 through 26, and 29 and 30. I like how you individually put all of the numbers, and then 18 through 20, 24 through 26, you said, yeah, screw that. We're going to keep the hyphen in the middle of those two. But every other number is like individual.
Whoops. I can't say that I did that.
It's all right. I know that you didn't, but it's okay.
Maybe I didn't. Jose Canseco, jersey.
5, the Juan Uribe number, 5 for the practice squad. 5
I'm getting it.
for the practice squad.
I'm getting it. Relax. Don't holler. You don't have to holler at me like that.
I'll throw you $1.
Holler, I'll throw you $1.
Give $1 to Foog.
You're going to give me $1 when I bring back this box. I'm going to take a big old bite of your Sandy.
Please don't. It's my life. It's my lifeline at this point. 5 Fugs. 5 for practice squad, Alex. Yep, thank you, Peckin. Even Peckin's reminding you. He's really testing that attention span. Thank you very much. Hopefully this is a good one, guys. This should all be good ones. This is what it's going to look like. So, box color magic. Let's see if that's available for Brett here. You got the NFC North, my friend, in the practice squad. So, hey, Calvin Johnson with the Detroit Lions. That's always a possibility, my man. Matt Hobson, welcome in, Matt. We love to see new guys. Alex might walk out. Alex literally just walked out the door. So his attention span has derailed him so much that he has literally forgot where the break room is located. So he's got to reroute his GPS in the upper story. So just give him a few moments. He'll be fine. Lonnie Brown. What's going on, Lonnie? He's in the NFC East. Brady Wyman in his first break. Welcome in, Brady. Love to see that. Absolutely love to see that. Daniel Sandel in the AFC North. Michael Arias in the AFC South. Daniel again in the AFC East. And then Ryan Wilson in the AFC West. Again, a lot of competition here. One box to break. I don't know if I can do that without my lovely co-host. I was going to say, if he took my lunch... I was not going to be very happy. All right, guys. We got a big boy. We have a big boy in this practice squad, and that's a good sign for those that are looking for helmets. Ooh. Let's see here. I like the look of this. Also, because I really want to put a helmet in the... product came for you guys to stare and salivate over. Aha! All right. So we got ourselves a headliner, guys. Some might say, depending on your own personal preference, between Calvin Johnson, Edgerrin James, Rondé Barber, and this man here, the last photoed headliner that was not named, you might say he's the most talented out of them all. The 8-time Pro Bowler, the Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. It's Mr. Tim Brown. Downtown to Tim Brown we go. Awesome hit there for Timmer Brown. Very, very cool there. Ryan Wilson, that is an AFC West hit for you. Alex walks back in the room, and he walks into a Hall of Fame headliner in Tim Brown, won by Mr. Ryan Wilson. So very, very cool hit there. Tim Brown, man, very underrated guy.
Just like Ryan Wilson did. You ever hear that Bare Naked Ladies song? Oh, it's Brian Wilson. You ever hear that song?
I have not.
My first concert as a child, Bare Naked Ladies.
Really?
Yeah.
They sang the Big Bang Theory intro, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how I know them. By the way, remember, okay, so there's a lot on the line here. Do you remember when I sent you one? Did you see the plays that I sent you, by the way?
Yeah.
For the show?
I didn't use them.
What was the attaboy? I want you to tell me the highest unit amount that I chose. Come on, Foog. Let me write this up for Ryan. I have not seen Ryan win a break during the shows that I have either hosted or produced, so I'm sure that you played here before, Ryan. Does not say you're a new guy. If this is your first win, let me know in the chat. Everybody give it up for Mr. Ryan Wilson. This is an awesome hit. Timmy is going to be staying out with us. Timmy. Very, very nice.
What do you mean the highest unit number?
The highest dollar amount, my friend.
Payout? For your wager?
Wager.
If
If you want to read it out to the folks, feel free.
$50 is what I'm seeing.
Yep, that'd be correct. And who are the guys that I needed?
2-pick parlay. Saquon, touchdown score, 100 yards rushing plus receiving. 2-pick parlay. Quinshon Judkins and 100+ touchdown score and 100+ receiving yards.
So if anybody's watching that game right now, it looks like there's a hurricane that has hit the Cleveland, Ohio area. And you know what they called that, Cleveland? It is that hurricane. They're calling it a Hurricane Keyshawn. 46-yard touchdown run for Quinshon Judkins. He's at 71 yards right now. So inching closer and closer. Philadelphia is up 14-3, by the way. A pick six. The Carson Wentz revenge game. It's not looking so bright for the Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, Todd Meyer, if you're tuning in. They are up 14-3. I think about 70 Saquon total yards and a touchdown for that to hit. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes on that indubitably going forward. I'm hoping that they can get some run there, literally.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. And also shout out to Keyshawn, my number 2 running back today in fantasy, because Kyron did a little pooping of the pants this morning.
Oh, he did? He sharded?
Oh, yeah. It's there's nothing I dislike more than a big time sharder when I need them to.
That's
to step
not
up.
good, man. If that happens,
We don't like to do the shardings.
if that happens, you're screwed.
Let's get ourselves back into the break room, guys. Much more important things to talk about. Let's drop a big load of breaks. I certainly love the sound of that. 2 sacks by the Bears now. I know I'm not going to have to watch the Bears game, Peck, and I genuinely do appreciate you with the updates here. This actually makes my life a lot easier here. So,
Peaking hockey.
into the breaks. Yeah, he's peeking at the Bears score right now. So that practice squad single, which we just did, the Tim Brown. So that is now, the ratios have dropped slightly, just a little bit less than a 50% chance, y'all. 15 boxes, 7 total photoed headliners. Tim Brown has gone by the wayside. Tim Brown and Jose Canseco, what a start to the show. 6 total spots left in the double box break for the practice squad, 4 in the quad boxes for the right stuff and these speed flexes.
I like how you do that.
The right stuff.
I like that.
Roberto, I mean, I'm in love with a Latina woman, man. I have to be. I have to make sure that my R's are rolling at all times.
Yes.
Hold on, by the way, I have to see. Can you pull up the Twitch for me really fast, if you don't mind? What's the time on that?
50 minutes. 50 minutes.
Good to know.
Wow,
Jazz claims I don't talk about her enough on air.
Here you go.
So there you go. Dropped
50
an Alabama
minutes.
for you.
That's all he's been talking about tonight.
Jazzy pants.
Jazz this and jazz that. I thought he was a big Jazz fan, but
Sweetheart, Alex is so jazzed out. He tried to get this shift off today because he knew he was just going to hear about you for 6 hours straight.
yeah.
That's hard to believe that we actually do this for 6 hours because it never feels like it at all.
I know. We gotta have another 4 after that today. Cause I'm here for the 6 p.m.
Who's on tonight, Steven?
Joshua.
Oh, Josh is Josh is hosting.
Josh.
Yeah, young Josh on the beat. That'll be exciting for you. Not as exciting as getting one of these Speed Flex series, guys. So we're gonna have to rein everything in here. We're gonna have to get serious. We have to get serious for Foog. Let's do this for Foog, actually. For you guys, Speed Flex series 11 and 14. Now, I want to show you guys and be as authentic as possible when it comes to honesty and transparency here. Speed Flexes are the highest overall available helmet that we have in the break room. Let's say, for example, right, I'm going to look up the first photoed headliner I see in Lawrence Taylor. Now, this depends on where you go, right, Alex? So it depends on the reputability. So I like to look at Fanatics, NFL Shop. Those are licensed. Those are registered. Those obviously have all the certifications that money can buy. So those are good. Now, if you look at something like, you even said something like eBay, right? eBay too goes through a long, extensive certification process. So that's something you can take a look at. Just look at some of the starting prices, guys. And these are not even customizations. These are just simple signatures, no visors on these Lawrence Taylors. Minimum of $850 up to $1,200. You can have an opportunity to get yourself the greatest defensive player of all time on an NFL streaming service that I accidentally pulled up. You can get him for $148 with a D-GOAT description. That's not even on these regularly licensed Speed Flexes. Those aren't even written on there. I just see the Lawrence Taylor autograph. No D-GOAT whatsoever. It's just the throwback Giant Speed Flex, which is still a great helmet, by the way. But you don't get the level of care, the level of customization, the creativity. You don't see this color of Lawrence Taylor New York Giant football blue very often. Of course, this is a break room. You're going to take that risk, but this is life we're talking about here, guys. Life is about taking risks. And if you want to take a very calculated risk, Alex, why wouldn't you want to get somebody to add to your collection that, by the way, according to him, I didn't write it, you didn't write it, he wrote it himself, the defensive GOAT on that side of the football.
He wrote it.
And you can get it at bare minimum 9 to 10 times its value.
Wicked. Take advantage. We have some of the greatest memorabilia in this break room.
Great musical, by the way.
Wicked.
Wicked, wicked, wicked.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
You know what's wicked is when you take one tight end to score a touchdown and the other one scores. I hate it when I get my tight ends confused. Austin Hopper hops into the end zone. Tie ball game. Cam Ward, Drake May, tune in.
Wait, how's Drake May throwing the ball?
He's throwing it to Foog. He's throwing it pretty good. Drake May is a stud. So that's actually an interesting question that I'm going to want to talk to you about here in a bit. I'm going to transition. I'm going to do a Chris Collinsworth slide type of transition, Alex. Randy Moss on the Winter Warrior Speed Flex, Terrell Davis as well on the Denver Broncos Orange Crush Speed Flex with a nice little blue signature above the Bronco. Let's see about who paints the helmets. I'm strictly looking for airbrush or hand paint, so if you could. Awesome, Christopher. I appreciate the... I like the thoroughness of your comment and the request. So if you sent that in to customer service is available 7 days a week here. So at bare minimum, the latest that we will be able to get back to you is tomorrow, but hopefully you get a response by today. So appreciate you as always, Chris, for buying in the breaks and being here as a part of the UA community. Now, my transition for you there, Alex, that I was alluding to, Terry McLaurin is no longer in this series, and for good reason. He's a very hot commodity here in the break room. The guy that's throwing him the football, and Jaden Daniels, very, very anticipated matchup today against the Dallas Cowboys. Do you see what the total is for that game, the projected total?
50. Is it over 52?
Yeah, it's like 54 and a half right now. It's nutter butters as of right now.
Butter nutters.
Let me ask you a quick question here. So out of the rookie quarterbacks in that draft class from a year ago, you have the prodigal son and Caleb Williams, who won first overall. You have Drake May from New England. You have Jaden Daniels from Washington. You have Bo Nix from Denver. By the way, these are all guys that we've had in recent series, keep in mind. And then we also have the Rattler Snake, ironically going head-to-head with Caleb Williams right now at Soldier Field. They're playing live, the Bears and the Saints, as Pekin Hockey already knows. So rank those guys 1 through 5. If you had to build your franchise for the next 10 years, Alex, going forward, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Foog Donner, Spencer Rattler, who would you take?
I'm taking... I was so distracted, bro. Okay. So I'll take Caleb Williams because I don't know what you said.
Really? Over. Okay, so Jaden Daniels.
I gotta go.
I want my mommy. Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Spencer Rattler, and Alex has left the room. I'm at mid-question. Okay, so we're gonna get back into the breaks here, guys. This is totally gone off the rails. So Mike Evans and Andre Johnson, two of the better wide receivers as well. Mr. 1,000 yards and Mike Evans. Andre Johnson, the recent Hall of Famer. Nice Hall of Fame 24 inscription available. That is also here on the Houston Texans lid. Tim Brown, who we just recently saw get pulled in the practice squad on Authentic, no longer in this series. Jamar Chase, Eric Dickerson, DeMarcus Ware, Bruce Smith, and Darrelle Revis. Looking for some other action for you guys across all of these series. Touchdown, Chicago Bears, 13-0. Thank you, Pekin. Who was that? Who got into the back of the end zone for those wily Bears who are looking to make it 4 in a row, by the way? So DeAndre Swift. Okay, so I just got the update. DeAndre Swift found the back of the end zone. Kansas City's up 14-0. Rashee Rice in his first game back. And it looks like the Kansas City is back in they're back, baby. They're back in full elation as Keyshawn Judkins gets into the end zone for the second time for the Browns today. So let's see if you guys can get into the end zone of these breaks, as we have a lot of stuff wide open all across the board. Very, very cool. Four spots left in the single box break for the bat. Let's talk about the bat break. So we haven't done a whole lot of bat talk. A lot of stick talk, as Tim Anderson used to say. Let's talk about it. Ratios, 1 and 2 chance. Very, very good odds for you guys. This series is going by quick. Again, I'm a huge baseball nerd if you haven't been able to tell so far. These are zero scrubs. Every single one of these guys that I'm about to tell you that's still left in the photoed headliners, they're either currently in the Hall of Fame or the one guy that has not been inducted in is about to. If not this upcoming winter, he will probably get in the year after that. So let's talk about it. Ichiro Suzuki. Outside of Shohei Ohtani, the greatest Japanese import that Major League Baseball has ever seen. 2001 AL Rookie of the Year and MVP. One of the best arms in MLB history.
The whole airbrush. They can do it.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. So that's the only thing that you fact checked?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Thanks for leaving me alone. Appreciate it. One of my favorite calls from any broadcaster, Alex, to talk about how great of an arm Ichiro Suzuki had overall. To the late, great Dave Niehaus. The longtime Seattle Mariners broadcaster. I wish Dave was alive to see this current Mariners team on the cusp of making the World Series. His rookie year, just a couple weeks in, really one of my first inductions into baseball. He threw out Terrence Long from about maybe 250 feet away from right field to third base. And he said it looked like a laser that shot out of Star Wars going into third base. And it was a very accurate description. That kind of put Ichiro Suzuki on the map. And keep in mind, Alex, that going into that 2001 season, nobody really knew what to make out of that Seattle Mariners team. They lost Alex Rodriguez the offseason before to that record-breaking contract to the Texas Rangers, their division rival. And then, of course, Ken Griffey Jr., he jumped ship and went to his hometown team. He went to the Cincinnati Reds. So it left Ichiro with a lot of expectations placed on his shoulders. And what did he do? Won MVP his rookie year and also helped the regular season win record of all time with 116 wins in 2001. Carlton Fisk.
There's no way. There's no way that's serious.
No, it's serious. Everything I just said about Ichiro Suzuki is very, very serious and totally nothing else.
How are you so focused right now, bro?
You know what? My dedication is one of one, my friend. So, yeah. After all that, I would crack open a cold one too. Carlton Fisk, Chicago White Sox great, also known as Pudge. Two different catchers in MLB history that are known as Pudge. Can you name me the other one, Alex? 1999 AL MVP with the Texas Rangers. Won a World Series with the Miami Marlins in 2003. This is literally like the famous motion he did after he tagged out JT Snow in the Wild Card Series to eventually get them to the World Series in 2003. He was on your Tigers team in 2006. He was a big free agent signing. He signed into a one-year deal. Him and Maglio Ordonez were the heart and soul of that team in 2006 that eventually got beat down by the Cardinals. We don't have to talk about that.
Are you talking about Pudge or are you talking about somebody else? You're asking me.
Yeah, I was saying Carlton Fisk was known as Pudge, but then this other catcher was also known as Pudge.
Ivan Rodriguez.
Exactly, yes. Ivan Rodriguez.
I was thinking that's who you meant when you were talking about
Carlton Fisk had that name first, but I always found it kind of odd. I don't know if it was just like a catcher's thing, but yeah, they both donned the nickname Pudge in their own respects.
And then I'm like, the guy you're describing is
sounds a lot like
Rodriguez.
Ivan Rodriguez.
I'm like,
yeah.
Who is it?
I had no idea that I even had that much Ivan Rodriguez knowledge just stored in my head until then. But Keyshawn Judkins, second touchdown, by the way.
You little stinker.
Yeah. Oh man, I am reeking over here. Gonna have to get a fantasy.
No, it's not you.
Yeah, no. Hashtag gas leak season. Jim Thome, also known as Buzz Lightyear. Truthfully, one of the greatest human beings I have ever met. He's actually an ambassador for the Chicago White Sox currently. He actually, fun fact, he actually is a AAU coach for his son's travel and local team. And a couple of years back, when I was many years back, his oldest son that he was coaching was around the same age group as mine, and I actually played against his son in a travel league. So everybody was surrounding Jim Thome because you can't miss him. The guy had a huge heart. He also had a huge bat at the plate. Over 600 career home runs, top 10 all time. That would be a Cleveland Guardians / Cleveland Indians hit right there. One of my all-time favorite calls, of course. I'm going to just continue to go on rants here, but he hit his 500th career home run, Alex. And as you know, being a baseball guy yourself, 500 500 career home runs is the stable benchmark for hitters, for power hitters, to get themselves a ticket into the Hall of Fame. You need a little. You're all right there.
I just got my eyes on that Firehouse Sub over there, bro. The bag is just
Looks like some fire just came out
Keep
of your
going though,
mouth
because
there. Yeah.
I really wanted. I was honestly listening to what you had to say.
So, August of 2007, the White Sox were coming off of, keep in mind, 2005, the World Series, 2006, they won 90 games. 2007 was not a fun year for the South Side. We had a very down year. Nobody could pitch. But we did have a big free agent acquisition, and that was Jim Thome. He had his 500th career home run to left center field against the Anaheim Angels, and I'm even getting chills talking about this right now. He's rounding home plate, and everybody meets him. Keep in mind, he's a large human being. They're all putting Jim Thome on his shoulders. They're removing the 499 out in left center field for the 500 home runs. A shot to his dad and his wife behind home plate that are just sobbing, holding each other. And Hawk Harrelson's call was, "You are awesome, big man." Like, it was like, you could hear him like cracking up, like emotional in his voice. Like, it was one of the first reasons on why I wanted to become a broadcaster. Hearing stuff like that was for those big time, capturing moments. And Jim Thome meant a lot to me growing up as a kid. So,
cool.
So I'm really hoping that I can end up getting a Jim Thome break here. That would be very, very nice to see.
I'm going to predict that's what's coming out.
Yeah, I would like that. Hopefully we're close in one of these guys. Fred McGriff, the crime dog, nearly 500 home runs. Charles Nelson, you would certainly know Fred McGriff very well. This would be an Atlanta Braves hit. A 1995 World Series champion in the crime dog. And Chase Utley, it would be a crime if Chase Utley did not get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's inching closer and closer towards that. He was not a first ballot induction in his first eligibility this past winter, but he might be. I think he got a little over 50%. Very well-rounded second baseman, a 2008 World Series champion with the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's get a look at the rest of the series, guys. Again, that series, we don't get that. That's an exclusive specialty series for you folks. Of course, we have the Fall Classic right around the corner because it's fall season. You got to get those pumpkin lattes, got to get those baseball bat breaks, and I got to carve those jack-o'-lanterns. A baseball bat would go so swimmingly alongside of that. Let's swim right into the diamonds. If you feel like shining bright like a diamond, if you have pressure of putting a diamond ring on somebody's finger in your life, it's gonna be me soon. I can already feel it.
Is that you?
Yeah. You got any Chick-fil-A tricks for me there that I can? Any Chick-fil-A tips and tricks of the trade for an engagement?
Don't forget anything from her order.
Dude, I mean this genuinely, bro. I'm only mentioning that because I thought that was like a really, really cool story.
Thank you
for your proposal for your wife. I thought that was very, very awesome.
Chick-fil-A.
So Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about the Diamond Series, guys. Have not touched upon this yet. 4 headliners left. Again, we are under 10 boxes. We are at 9, 4 and 9, 44% chance at getting yourself one of these 4 photoed headliners. Puka Nacua. Usually he's needed week in and week out. Guess what? They told him, you know what? You can stay in LA. You can watch the game, kick up your feet. Devontae Adams will take your place this week, buddy. 3 touchdown receptions for Tay Adams this morning. 35-7 dominant victory. 4 touchdown passes for old man Matthew Stafford. Playing anything like an old man, by the way, as the Rams move to 5-2. Puka Nacua, by the way, Alex, I've been mentioning this fact in this series for him. Prior to his injury this week, he was actually on pace to break Calvin Johnson's single-season reception yards record. Now, obviously, there is that extra game that we have that Calvin did not have back during the 2010 or 11 season, whichever that was. It's one of those 2 years that he did that. Puka can still do it, by the way, if he ends up coming back next week and continues his torrid pace. A guy that was on a torrid pace on the second half of his rookie season was Bo Nix. He played the Broncos into the playoffs. He was the most shocking rookie quarterback. And going back on that question earlier, you said Caleb Williams. I would go Jaden Daniels 1, Drake May 2, Caleb Williams 3, Bo Nix 4, and then Spencer Rattler 5 out of that group. Bo Nix, very, very good, talented young quarterback. Outside of Jaden Daniels, he was the only guy out of that quarterback class that actually made the playoffs as a starting quarterback last year. Yep. Denver, dominant defensive team. So as long as Bo continues his upward trajectory, Denver is going to be very, very viable in the AFC for a long time. Just $103, Alex. 4 spots left to get yourself a custom Bo Nix Speedflex. You are certainly not going to want to miss out on that opportunity. Chris asking who's still available with Curry, Julio, Dr. J, Acuna, Green, and Jenkins. I'm going to start I was going to give you a Wendy's reference to say, I'm going to start calling you Wendy's, Mr. 4 for 4, because all of them are available. But that was 5 names. All 5 are available, Mr. Rose, for the jerseys. I'll touch upon that in just a few moments. A couple of the other diamonds that we have available, they're going to be secondary headliners. We're not sure what teams they are affiliated with until we crack those diamonds open. But AJ Green, we would assume, is a Welcome to the Jungle Cincinnati Bengals themed lid. And Dwight Freeney, all aboard the D train. Into the Indianapolis Colts.
What?
What? D-Train being everybody called him the D-Train.
Mm-hmm. But they did.
Dwight Freeney, one of the best edge rushers and part of a lot of really good defensive Colt teams. He was really blended between 2 eras, between Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. A Colts legend, to say the least. So you guys let me know where you want to go to next. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top here. I'm going to drop some links for you guys. This is the Bat Series, 4 spots left. 4 spots. Alex, where would you want to go if you were allowed to play in this break room? What series would you want to just give a nice bear tackle to, bring it to the ground and say, give me these lids? Where would you want to go?
I mean, the Bat Series is pretty cool, and it's super affordable. We still have some awesome speed flexes left. I'm not BSing you guys. I mean, that's our highest valued memorabilia here. That's why it's a little bit more expensive of a break to get into, but you're walking away with a more expensive piece of memorabilia. The bats, though, super affordable, very fun to open up here for you guys. And dude, the multi-sport jerseys, probably one of the coolest breaks we've had to offer. Affordable, like this is something, if you guys are at home wanting to share our break page with your friends, now's the time to do it. Share it because we have multiple sports available for such a affordable price in that multi-sport jersey, right? So help us out. Help you. Help us help you. Help you help us. Scratch our back, scratch yours. You catch my drift.
We like to do a lot of the scratchings. Yeah, seriously though, I mean that's what we want to do, right? With the this UA community and for break room stuff in general. We are your guide maps, Alex and I. So I know you haven't seen our beautiful faces in a while, but we're still here. So what's up?
And our stuff's authenticated. I made that a point to say that in the last show. Not everybody is doing that, right? Like even
seriously, no.
Card breakers, you break open a card, you're not getting a slab card. Our cards, like we had in the practice squad, the Jalen Hurts, auto, Gem 10, already been authenticated by Beckett. So
that means that we're able to ship that out immediately to you guys. It doesn't have to go through any type of process. Alex, actually, that was a really great piece of information in the 9 a.m. show that you shared about the process that you go through for your own personal items and how you have to go through X amount of steps even to just make sure that you can, go through an official sale. And again, everybody plays the break room differently. Sometimes I even know people that will play in this particular break room at UA that will actually play for family members. It is holiday season coming up right around the corner. And there's also a lot of birthdays this time of the year. My uncle's birthday is in October. My girlfriend's mom's birthday is in 7 days, actually a week from today. Happy birthday, Lulu. Happy early birthday. She's actually going to be going to Cancun to celebrate her birthday. So happy early. Feliz cumpleaños, Miss Lulu. But anyways, there's an abundance of different reasons and varieties on why you can play in the break room. And when it comes to flipping overall value for, let's say, a slab card, an authentic, a jersey, whatever it might be, we got it all on deck for you guys. We're one of the most reputable break rooms around, without a doubt. Like, seriously, if you literally just type in live break room in Google, we're one of the first places to pop up. And that's not just because of our great marketing department. Okay, maybe just a little bit. But it's also because we've been around for 12 years, I believe. Now, this is the 12th year that Ultimate Autographs has been in syndication. And it's all because of you guys. We have an amazing community. So make sure you guys let everybody else know in your life as well how Ultimate Autographs works. And again, Alex and I and every other host and every breaker and producer / co-host, we're your guide maps. We're your roadmaps throughout this entire journey. So this is exciting stuff. We love to see the reaction of every single one of you guys when it comes to playing here in this break room. So I certainly get excited for you. I mean, you saw me with the Frank Thomas. I thought that was for me. I thought it was Christmas morning for me when that bad boy popped out last show. So
this is it's a hot place to work, a hot place to be at. share with your friends so we can just break nonstop. Like that 9 a.m. show we had was nonstop breaks. Thursday I did one with comedy. It was either Thursday or Friday. We like were real slow, and then all of a sudden it was just nonstop. So that was fun. But that gives us something to constantly do for y'all. What else? I was just gonna say something else. I was gonna sing Feliz Cumpleaños in Spanish. Feliz Cumpleaños aquí. Is that right? Is that what do they say?
Happy birthday, I'm here.
I'm here. Is that right?
Happy
that
birthday.
makes sense.
Happy birthday, I'm here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say as long as I've been around with jazz, my Spanish needs es muy pequeño.
Poquito.
Es muy pequito, es muy
poquito
pequeño, más o menos. Afternoon, everyone. Mario Petrucci. Welcome in, Mario. What's going on, my man? What's left in the halftime? So the halftime, we're not talking about the live football games. We're talking about the practice squad. This has got 6 spots left, so I'm going to show you this, Mario. We have 8 spots left in the single. This is the double. 102 for the double, 51 for the single. 15 spots left, 8 photoed headliners. The Tim Brown, by the way, which you just saw on screen with Alex and I, this bad boy right here. This sucker went for $51 for a Hall of Famer and Tim Brown, the 8-time Pro Bowler wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. Pretty amazing deal. So what we have left available for you there, Mario, we have the Calvin Johnson Mini, the Edgerrin James Authentic, and then the Rondé Barber Authentic as well. I just love this red color, man. You got it on the Jim Kelly down here too. He was pulled, but I really love this Rave Red, this Buccaneer Red that you're going to be seeing a lot on Monday night against your.
I got a parlay that's close to getting there, bro.
As much as I want to hear about that, actually, no, I don't. Go away. As much as I really do genuinely want to hear about that, because you're a little sneaky McSneakster because you didn't send me anything. But we'll talk about
I'm
that
always
later.
13 yards short. My life story.
Story of my life. I was gonna say story of my life. I'm 13 yards short. Shout out One Direction. Yeah, that is One Direction. Let's say Barrett. What's going on, Barrett? Saying, hey, fellas, new here. Is there a new way to look at past break results? If you missed a live show, do you get an email? We send you actually an email out for new series that come into the room and potential things that are going to be happening here at Ultimate Autographs. Also promotions we have. Like, for example, new people, they spin a wheel once you get on our website and you get up to 15% off on your first order. That's something that you get. But here's the easy way to do it, Barrett, because we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now. Type in Ultimate Autographs on Twitch or YouTube and go back and watch our past shows. We either have it in the video or the live category on YouTube, and then you can go back throughout the course of the show. Or if you have a particular series that you played in, give us your order number, type it into the chat like you just did. Alex, in this case, would look it up for you. Or just let us know if you're looking for a particular item that got pulled. We can go back in what we call our winner sheet, and we're able to look that up for you instantaneously. So another touchdown for the Bears. Can you get that for me, Alex, on who scored that touchdown?
Yeah. The Bears.
Polo. What's going on, Polo? I haven't seen you in a while,
Polo,
my man.
what's up, bro?
Headliners and jerseys and bats. I got
Polo,
you.
the jerseys right now are fire, dude. So that's been hot all. We just dropped them this morning. So go ahead. Sorry.
You can see all these bad boys right here, dude. So, Yogi Berra, the 10-time World Series champ, 3-time MVP. Speaking of a 3-time MVP, we got him back-to-back like Drake. Nikola Jokic right here, the mile-high Denver Nugget in the middle. And then the big hurt, Frank Thomas, 500 career home runs. The best player in Chicago White Sox franchise history, I would know.
Polo, Josh Bateman won that. The Jokic jersey.
Okay, if that's who he was wondering. Yeah. Also, who won the? Yeah, Josh Bateman, the Batman. The Batman got his Joker. That was awesome, man. That's like, you're talking about peanut butter and jelly. That's exactly what that felt like right there. That was a perfect break witch, as we would like to call that.
Break witch.
I can smell the firehouse from here. I can
smell the salami and pep.
It's all up in my nostrils. Yeah, and then you can see at the bottom, my friend. So we are going to have a chase wheel spin once this show does conclude, because of the fact that we did get a jersey break, which was the Jose Canseco, which, by the way, somehow Canseco was a non-photoed headliner and not even a secondary headliner.
A lot of steroid era people today.
Yeah, but I mean, that's truthfully when people really were. And look, baseball has made a huge comeback.
That's when baseball was at its purest. Okay.
I was going to think of a different word that began with P.
I wasn't.
I was thinking peak.
Oh.
Like the PED peak, but
same thing.
Purist is certainly one way to describe
Peak,
it.
Pierce, and
you rapscallion. I just got an Elite Collector, and it says the replica helmet was curious. So either of these helmets go under, because that would be anything for that speed flex and all that, right? Yeah, Alex, what do you think about that?
So I was curious, do either of these helmets go under that because that would be anything. So Elite Collector, this might actually, because he got in that rep earlier. Chris, there's something with, I actually forwarded something that came up on your account earlier that might be, so here's, I think what you're asking, Chris, we used to do, and I think they still do it, when they get to an Elite Collector, there's like a replica, or they get some sort of discount on the rep helmet. That would include the college rep. So it's whatever rep personal series we have going on at the moment, that's the college reps. You got that earlier, and while I believe you paid full price or whatever SIG, I think you used something in SIG club member benefits too, but we got a flag on our end that you are eligible for something else too, but we had never seen that, and neither had Common, so I passed that along to someone on our HR team, and you'll hear from customer service, bro, but that might be what you're inquiring about, I think, if I understood that correctly.
Yeah, so that's just it's an excellent question, but yeah, that's something that customer service and Common thing will
hopefully I
figure
did
out.
okay explaining that too. Like
Yeah.
you might be, I'm trying not to, I don't want to say too much either because I don't want to,
Spill beans that don't
need to be
exist.
spilled, yes.
Yeah, no, I hear you 100%. So again, we only have, that's why we have so many different departments here at UA too, right? So we have certain different departments that have much more knowledge than others.
That's why go to talk to customer service 100%, right? Like send the email.
They have every answer to any question that you might have. Yeah, for sure.
And they get back to you guys, like Rob hinted at, like you might even get a response today. While they are scheduled to be here Monday through Friday, they're really good about responding, man. I've firsthand see them respond over weekends. So I've seen them respond during the after hour show. So you never know.
You never know until you message customer service. And that's when you'll get your answer. So hopefully that answers things, Christopher. But I know we were looking for a couple of questions. We're asking about the jerseys. We are 4 to go unless there's an update in that. 4 to go in this jersey, which has been the hot commodity, and I can understand why. Overall today, we are down to 26 jerseys, 17 headliners, guys. Hard to beat. Dr. J, Julius Erving, still available in this bad boy. I love just how it's all by basketball, hockey, and baseball. I just love how this is aligned.
That was nice.
Marketing and design team here does an excellent job creating these graphics for each and every one of you. And a lot of the times, too, we get individual pictures of jerseys and videos and things like that. In this situation, you're going to have to pull it out of the box in order to see it for yourself. Julius Erving, one of the most underrated players. He's in my top 25 of all time. I actually have a top 25 list on my phone. I'm that much of a psycho when it comes to loving basketball.
Yeah, he's right. So I think you are eligible for something, bro. But we don't. Rob was producing last show when that came through. I sent that exact same icon or image that we got from the Shopify program we use. You're probably eligible for some sort of refund or reimbursement. That's what I didn't want to give away until HR talks to you. But at this point, customer service will take that up with you, Chris, related to the rep. Okay, we unfortunately, it's out of our hands, right? Rob, I think that's probably the best way to say it. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's a situation when it is out of our hands.
Yeah.
But that's, again, as soon as customers let us know, Chris, what they do say when they do end up getting back to you on that. So the replica college, then, okay, well, if I can use the replica on the college, then I want to do that.
That's what I think will happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah.
You'll know more in the next coming days there, Chris. Just, I know you already are, man, but I'm just friendly reminder, patience is a virtue. Something my mother still has to remind me, Christopher. So my wife even too. So my daughters have to remind me from time to time, Daddy, be patient,
You are even your fingers right now are a little impatient. It's making me a little nervous here. Jason, what's going on, man? When I reached the Elite Collector status, I just added a personal replica helmet to my card and used the code that's provided. It pays for it, making it free. That is one of the most experienced members, and this is another thing for you to gain knowledge on. Because our community is so great, we have so many awesome regulars here. The code is sent to your rewards account tracker. So We have a lot of things in our system, which, by the way, by the end of the month, we're going to have a newly furbished website that's going to make things more updated, more accessible, easier to access for you guys. We're going to have more personal features as well for everybody. So I'm excited to see that too, man. We have not, Alex and I, we have not actually seen what the website is going to look like yet, but we have had word that it's planned on getting updated and refurbished for you guys. But thank you, Jason, for your insight on that, my friend. Definitely get the thoughts and the experience from the regulars here at Ultimate Autographs as well. Larry Bird on the U.S. Olympic 1992 Dream Team jersey. Doesn't get much better than that. I loved watching that. I don't know, did you ever see the Gold Court docu-series about this past Olympic men's basketball team, Alex? For the gold medal winners. So that was very good. They touched a lot about the Dream Team. The Dream Team is one of the most influential teams in all of sports.
Actually, I feel
ever.
like I did see part of it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
no, they did a great job of it. And then obviously the Dream Team, they've had a multitude of documentaries, but some say that's the greatest team ever assembled across many sport platforms because of what they did in terms of the recognition to make NBA a worldwide sport and phenomenon. And all of these, look at all the best players in the NBA now. Nikola Jokic, who is in this series, who we already pulled, Joel Embiid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all of the best players currently in the NBA, Luka Doncic, they are all international-born players, and they probably would not have had those opportunities without the exposure of the Dream Team giving that international type of rep. Steph Curry, talk about an all-time great and a great American-born player, to say the least. He was in that docu-series, of course, when he won gold in Paris this past year. His last two performances were legendary. He had the dagger three, which is about a 30-foot fall-away three over Nicolas Batum and Victor Wembanyama in the gold medal game against France. That clinched the game, clinched the gold medal. One of the most iconic, if not the most iconic shot in U.S. men's Olympic basketball history. Alonzo Mourning. It's the afternoon, but it's okay. Morning time is always great. Alex was just eating breakfast food not too long ago, so we always like to have the morning vibes good and going. Shout out to Zoe. Would not expect to see an Alonzo Mourning in this series, but I'm very glad that we are. 10-time All-Star, Charlotte Hornet and Miami Heat great. He is actually the assistant GM, Alex, to Pat Riley, currently for the Miami Heat. He has been for the last number of years. He is the right-hand man down in South Beach for the Miami Heat. Transitioning over to the ice, Bobby Hull. Chicago Blackhawk legend. Some say the greatest Chicago Blackhawk of all time. You have Stan Mikita, Bobby Hull, Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, all in that conversation with Bobby Hull. And Stan Mikita, a lot of people will tell you they were a cut above the rest. Mark Messier, an all-time New York Ranger great. He is on the Mount Rushmore of New York Ranger players, and they have a lot of great players in their franchise's history. If you're a fan of Hall & Oates, how about a little bit of Hall & Oates action for you guys here with Brett Hull and Adam Oates? Very, very nice combination there in the Buffalo Sabres jersey. Dominic Hasek. Alex, yes. I was trying to figure out earlier when you were hosting, so your Hasek impersonation. Is that what you were doing, or are you just a closet Hasek fan that I was not aware of?
I mean, I like Dominic Hasek. He was a beast, man. He was solid for the Wings. We were lucky enough to have just a solid, man, over a decade worth of goaltending. Chris Osgood, Dominic Hasek.
You're a Devils fan?
No. Chris Osgood was... He played
Chris Osgood, Red Wings. My mistake. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's just who you were talking about, right?
Yeah, Dominic Hasek, yeah.
Who would you think I was talking about?
My bad. I thought you were talking... My bad.
No, I'm confused.
I got my hockey teams confused is what it was.
We're both distracted on our picks today. Who are you picking between the Lions? I'm not picking. Never again. No Lions picks for me. Nikita
Kucherov still in that hockey series. Ronald Acuna Jr., Julio Rodriguez, and Riley Green also round out the photo headliners in the jerseys. Go ahead, my man.
But yeah, no, Dominic Hasek was... Chris Osgood, I remember as a child, just... He was a part of that Stanley Cup era for the Wings, but Hasek was right behind him, man. So, there was another guy. I can't think of his name. He either was like Chris Osgood's backup or he split time with Hasek. That was just as good, but I can't think of his name. And he might have ended up being traded and becoming a goaltender elsewhere.
I'm trying to think. Nothing can come to my mind.
I'm not that bad. Football's
See-
my jam, bro.
See, when football is your jam, hockey is not my strong suit. As you could tell, that I confused Dominic Hasek with being a Devils goaltender, which was my mistake. I do know that he was with the Red Wings. Obviously, that's where he was most known for playing, but that was my mistake on that part. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because the Red Wings that I do know was like Nicholas Lindstrom, Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg, Chris Draper. Those guys. Those are the guys that I remember. More of the forwards and centers. And obviously Nicholas Lidstrom, the best defenseman ever. Yeah.
Did you say Yzerman?
I did not say Yzerman, no.
What about Sergei Fedorov, Brendan Shanahan, Chris Chelios even? Chris Chelios was a wing during that era too. Don't forget that.
Yes, he was.
Don't forget that.
I got a nice. So my Chris Chelios story is kind of a little bit intertwined here, but
let's hear it.
It's not really much of a story, but so
Who
my
burned down his house.
My first broadcast, I spilled his Cheerios all over Chelios's floor. I actually had a chance to meet him and Jeremy Roenick, who is a secondary headliner in that Jersey series, guys. They both threw out a first pitch in the inaugural season for the Chicago Dogs, which is an independent team that plays out in Rosemont. My first ever broadcasting job and opportunity I had when I graduated from IMS was with the Chicago Dogs. I had a TV and radio internship that I got through my university. And on opening night, I was out there talking to them before first pitch and just kind of interviewing them. And Chelios was my first interview that I ever did, which was really, really cool. So you have like little nervous 19-year-old me shaking in my shoes. And, Chris Chelios was a really nice interview, really nice man. So the Dominator is far from being most known as the Red Wing multiple MVPs as a Buffalo Sabre. See, there goes my NHL knowledge. So thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. So thank you. So
I think we're going to do a jersey next, man, which would be really cool.
Yeah. No, the jerseys have been very, very popular today. You guys let me know where you want to go, where you want to play.
Might actually be sold out of them, so give me one sec.
Right on cue. So we're going to have another jersey break here. So maybe all this Dom Hasek talk will get there. We'll get going there. So
they're going to win it. They're going to win it and give it to me. Ha! They're not, but
Josh, who's your hockey team? Who's your hockey team? Are you a Sabres guy? Big old buff Sabre fan. Sabester.
Daniel Sandel closing it up. Damn, Daniel.
Putting on those sandals and walking into the jersey break. You love to see it, guys. So, a couple of winners that we've had over the course of today, just so you guys know what you're getting yourself into. Tim Brown got this out of the practice squad here, the Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. Got all three jerseys up here from the morning show. And then just taking a gander, just a quick gander, at some of the other winners that we had today. Mr. Neatling, Mr. Kieran Knightley.
Still calling me.
I'm going to get that going around here. I hope you know that.
Kieran Knightley.
So we had, you do know why I call you that, right?
Because my name is Neatling?
Yeah. Okay. In the next 25 minutes, I'll be able to tell you that.
Why?
Andre Rison, Craig Morton.
Oh, dear.
And Frank Gore were all jerseys. Our first 6 hits this morning were all jerseys. Then we did DeMarcus Ware authentic. And then we doubled up in the bats. We went to the diamond. Found Bartolo Colon and Rafael Palmeiro. And then for the second time today, he's so popular. He liked that story so much about me talking about his unfortunate situation with his alleged ex burning down his house over a shoe contract. Well, he decided to come back as a college rep for Mr. Christopher Rose to close out our 9 a.m. show. And then we've done the Jose Canseco jersey and the Tim Brown authentic so far today. So I'm going to need one jersey number, guys. One jersey number, please.
One jersey number, please. One jersey number.
Unfortunately, please. I have to live and die with those Sabres. Yeah, look at John saying I'm a huge Sabres fan too, Josh. Huge Sabres guy. Shout out to Max Afinogenov. I don't know why that's like, and again, Danny Briere. Those are like the only two Sabres that come to my mind. So, again, I grew up in early to mid 2000s NHL just for my gaming habits that I used to have. I just remember some of the NHL games that were you ever a big gamer guy at all? Currently past.
Madden a little bit. I dabbled in a little Call of Duty, but Madden for sure.
No NHL, never shell,
Yeah,
never ice
I
shell.
played a little shell, back in my day, but not too much.
Like Jerome McGinley covers, Marcus Naslund.
Yeah, of course, back in PS2 days.
PS2 days, baby. Yeah, exactly. That's, I actually still have my original PS2 system that I've had since I was 5 years old. So more fun facts and basically telling my whole life story to you guys that nobody asked for. But you know what? That's what you're going to get. All right, guys, looking for that one jersey number. One jersey number, Josh, Christopher, Brian, Michael, and Daniel. Looking for all you fine gentlemen out there to give me a number. Going to give that about another minute or two, and then we'll go to the wheel. While we do that, let's get a scoreboard update, shall we? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Kansas City, not much of a scoreboard update here as they are one of the two teams that are out of halftime already, Alex. We're already out of halftime in some of these games, and it seems like Las Vegas never got out onto the field to begin with. 21-0 is the score for the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember all those silly notions that Kansas City forgot how to, run an operational offense, and their offense has been struggling, and they've been carried by their defense? Well, I think Patrick Mahomes took that personally, just like the Michael Jordan meme. Welcome back to Rashee Rice, by the way. Rashee Rice, he scored the first touchdown of the day today from Patrick Mahomes. Hollywood Brown did as well. And then look at that. Rashee Rice, a 3-yard pass from Patrick Mahomes. 2 times for Rashee Rice today. He is back and as their wide receiver number 1. Nice comment here. What does that say from Jason there? I don't know if you're reading that at all.
I am, but anything that doesn't pop up on his end, or like that he's having troubles with from his end on the account side, he's gonna have we kind of addressed it earlier, So
Okay. I was just saying, I don't know if
I think he's just trying to help him out, So
okay, cool, awesome. No worries with that. Patriots driving down the field. Drake May has been awesome, man. Drake May he's been a kingslayer so far. He slayed the beast in Josh Allen a couple weeks ago. Looking to slay Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Patriots are 3-0 on the road. If they beat Tennessee today,
oh shoot, I forgot to put that list.
they'll move to 5-2 in the AFC East, and they continue to drive on Tennessee there. Halftime scores: Carolina up 10-3 on the Jets, who are looking for their first win of the season. Eagles up 14-6. Bears dominant, looking for their 4th consecutive win. They're up 20-7 against the New Orleans Saints. So, guys, I'm going to go to the wheel. Did not get a number from anybody, unfortunately, but that's okay, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be shy.
Don't be shy, guys.
Don't have to be a shy guy.
Oh.
Don't have to be a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. It's okay. It's okay, you silly gooses.
Silly geese.
Okay. By the way, I gotta get a little changeroo on this ticker for you guys. So it's gonna be 1, and then 3 through 10. All right, and away we go. This is for the jerseys, guys. Steven said what's left in the jerseys. I'll let you know in a second, my man. So it's going to be 16, Alex. 16, I can get that.
Sure.
Can get that. He said, yeah. He said, I'm not going to stop you. Thanks, my dude. So once you buy a spot, is there an additional charge for the item? There is not an additional charge for the item. Rock Dog 69. Good to see you, Mr. Rock Dog 69. Welcome into the UA break room for you, buddy. There's no additional charge, so it is at face value for what it is. It depends on if you win the break or not. So if you end up buying into a $32 break, there is a tax for that. But other than that, there is no additional cost for that. So it depends on how many breaks you want to buy into. And again, this is a live divisional break. So again, we do an 8 spot break for the divisions. It's going to randomize here, and then we're going to get a winner based off of what division that person played in when we pulled the item out. So around we go on our wheel today. So it's going to be 7 times for the dice roll. This is, seeing is better than explaining sometimes, and I think this will be the best explanation here for you, Rock. So let's get you guys going here in this jersey. All right, so I know this is a little jumble-rooskied here.
Little fumble-rooski.
I love that commercial with Andy Reid. Okay, guys. Boom. There you go. It's great, dog. Shipping is even free. Shipping is always free. Yeah, Jason, 100% correct. And then what was that I had? I believe it was 16, 15, 16. It's 16. 16 for the jersey, guys. That's going to be the wheel. Come on, dude. Jersey 16. It's been a headliner day, Alex, in the jerseys, so keep that bad boy going. So this is what we're looking for. Joshua Bateman, Yankees, Red Wings, and Bulls. Michael Arias, Nuggets, Tigers, and Islanders. Josh again with the Warriors, Flyers, Giants, and Braves. Christopher Rose with Team USA, Cubs, Devils, and Knicks. Blues, White Sox, Supersonics, and Kings will go to Brian Smith. Rangers, Sixers, Mets, and Capitals will go to Daniel Sandel. Joshua for his third buy-in for the break. With the Lightning, Heat, Phillies, and Bucks. And then Michael Arias for the Mariners, Blackhawks, Hawks, and Oakland Athletics. Let's see what we got here. Jersey number 16, by the way. Yeah, the product cam has really moved over.
I know.
We're gonna have to adjust on that, but that's a good shot right there. 16 for you guys. Let's see what we got in store. Oh, all right. So another headliner hit here in the jerseys. So that's gonna be nice. I spoke glowingly of this guy many, many times. If you rapscallions paid attention during the stream, this guy's a 7-time All-Star, a 2-time block champion, a 2006 NBA champion. He was the Rookie of the Year in 1993, and a 2-time All-Defensive Player. Well-respected center. He was known as Zoe throughout his entire career, and we all know that the Batman, when he has his eyes set on the prize, he is going to get what he wants. It's threes. It's double 33. It's Alonzo Mourning on the Miami Heat jersey. Very, very nice for Mr. Alonzo Mourning. Awesome, awesome hit there for you, Mr. Batman. Very well, talking about the charity events. So get a nice question thrown your way, and then you get a nice win in return. So, attaboy, Josh. Things you absolutely love to see, my man. Alonzo Mourning, one of the better centers of the 1990s, a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, a guy, Alex, who had his career cut a little bit short due to blood clots that he was battling. And then I also think he also had a kidney disease as well. Over the course of the tail end of his career. So, awesome win. There we go. So, things you love to see. Got about 18 or so minutes, guys. Let's see where else we're going to go. Now, of course, we have another jersey break here with the Alonzo Mourning. So, it's a headliner gone off the board. Down to 25 jerseys, 16 headliners. Still amazing, amazing ratios. This has been one of the better jersey headliner series that I've been able to see. Josh says Zoe. We all love Zoe. As a Bulls fan, I'm used to calling Alonzo Ball Zoe, now a Cleveland Cavalier, but he is the OG Zoe. No doubt about that. Real hoop heads know who Alonzo Mourning is. That's an awesome looking Miami Heat jerseys, man. That black and red old school, that's like Tim Hardaway, Dan Marley. Those teams were legit, man, with the Miami Heat in the 90s. People talk about the Jordan, Bulls coming out of the East. They were right there with the New York Knicks in the 90s for being a hyper-competitive team. Ronnie Cycli as well. So, very, very cool.
Super cool.
Very, very nice. So let's see. Let's go back to the live break page and get an update on where we are at. So third break of the afternoon show here with you guys today. Any movement over there on orders, Mr. Needling?
Not at the moment, but I'm sure we will have some soon.
So those jerseys are going to get refreshed and updated for you guys. It's going to be jersey break number 7 coming up next, or once we get that refreshed and refilled. Bats are down to 4, which is good to see. 7 in the double box break in the bats as well. trying to think of some series that haven't fully been touched upon as of yet. So, really quick, if you want to, if you mind just doing like a quick rundown, I just gotta.
Yep. Go for it, brother.
Thank you, man.
Here is what we have in the practice squad, guys. I'm going to hop on over here. That's another hot break to hop into if you're looking to get busy in our break page. Let me get my screen right. Awesome. Single box break is 8. Let me see how many spots is to go. Let me see. Single box is 8 spots to go. We still have the Calvin Johnson mini is there. That's ridiculous. Most receiving yards in a season. Edgerrin James, Tim Brown, Rondé Barber. You know what him and Cooper Kupp have in common? The 2 leadingest receivers in a season. Matt Stafford was their quarterback. Had a great game today. I think Rob just touched on that. Tim Brown, authentic. We just pulled from the practice squad, but Rondé Barber is also still there. We have Warren Moon and Ricky Williams as well. Here is what is left in the Speed Flex. Another hot spot to be in. Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Terrell Davis, Luke Kuechly, Mike Evans, Andre Johnson, Jamar Chase, Eric Dickerson, DeMarcus Ware, and Ndamukong Suh, as well as Michael Vick as non-pictured headliners. The Diamond still has a couple headliners remaining, including Puka and Bo Nix, so some young guns left there. Speed Flex is what Bo Nix is on too. That orange, that thing is sick. That orange visored out Bo Nix, AJ Green, Dwight Freeney are non-pictured headliners. Jerseys appear to be, let me refresh. They're probably not sold out because I think I just renewed them, or maybe they are. Somebody must have. I might probably have to repost those, so we'll get a new jersey up and running here for you shortly. What was that last one? Alonzo Mourning. I could take a look at those. Unless somebody just bought out a break, that would be sick. Here's what's left. The Larry Bird is still there. The Julius Irving, Steph Curry, Alonzo Mourning we just pulled, but Bobby Hall is still there. Mark Messier, Brett Hull, and Adam Oates dual signed. Dominic Hasek, Nikita Kucherov, Ronald Acuna Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Riley Green on that licensed MLB jersey too. And I think that's the Motor City one too. I don't want to be, I can't see the front, but it might be. It's like that. Let's say 4th of July. What does it say down there? There's some, I'm pretty sure that's like their Motor City alternative jersey here. You have Frank Thomas, we pulled earlier, and then Yogi Berra was also pulled. So the only big time headliners we pulled were Jokic, Alonzo Mourning, Frank Thomas, and Yogi Berra. That's a really cool break to get into too. We need to get that single Speed Flex closed as well. I hear that, bro. The single is 5 spots to go, but dude, the quad is 4. So I agree with you. The single should get closed up. Yes, but so should that quad. So I wonder how long that quad has been sitting at 4 spots to go. Let me repost the jerseys real quick for you guys too. But I'll keep that break page up here this way so you can see. Switching to this side. Okay. I do have one order that popped up. What do we have? Yeah, I got to renew these for you guys. That's why. 7. Here you go. Sorry, I did pop over there, but they had an order come in, and I thought it was sold out.
Okay, man. Thank you so much for doing that.
Rob is back.
Sorry about that. Had to step away there for a second, guys. We need to get that single Speed Flex closed. Could not agree more with that, Jason. I'm curious as why the jerseys, some spots are only 3 where others have 4. Are you referring, so sometimes when the page...
That means, yeah. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why in the jersey some spots are only 3 where others have 4. I don't know if he means, like, we only have 1 jersey break.
Yeah.
So it's going to reflect the same spot.
Correct.
Unless he's talking about the personal jerseys. that may be how many we have left in stock. But like when you look at the break page, like Rob has pulled up right now, see how it says like in the Speed Flex, there's this many slots remaining. And then in the jerseys, there's that many slots remaining. That's how many spots remaining in those particular breaks. So I think everything we have listed currently is only out of 8 spots. So that's how many spots out of 8 are remaining. But in the mystery box tab, let me see what it says for the. I don't even think we have a jersey personal post at the moment.
He's wondering why the okay. I understand what Brian's saying. So thank you, John, for the clarification. He's talking about the divisions. All right. So when it comes to divisions, I'm going to show just what the division breaks look like here. Just for this particular thing. Thank you guys for the clarification. So he's obviously referring to why the teams are broken up. Some have 3 teams, some have 4 teams. That genuinely just has to do with what it's coming down to for the amount of jerseys that we have available. So with the way that we have it broken down, we try to do a good divide between what we have in the hidden gems and then the primary and secondary headliners. We want to find a good balance between all of those. So prototypically, this is not an exact science, but we like to try to have 2 headliners and 1 or 2 hidden gems mixed in between. Now, because this is we have 30 total boxes, obviously, as you guys know. In this particular case, we started off with 20 headliners in this series, 17 of them photoed, 3 of them being secondary. So we try to split them as evenly as we can over 8 divisions, right? So that's basically how that try to get it down to. So it's not a perfect science, but we try to make it as even as we can between headliners and hidden gems. So that's a good question. I've never actually gotten that one before, but obviously it's a very unique way. But you know what's another funny thing? And I hate to just keep, lobbing things towards our marketing and customer service department. But the marketing team, when they put together these series, which are awesome, by the way, they create the graphic. They come up with the ideas along with some of the guys that work on staff with what goes in what breaks for you guys. They also determine what the divisions are as well for specialty jersey series or other types of series like this. Didn't seem to work so well for me. Guess them's the breaks. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that, Bri. But at least the one thing that I will say, and you know how these breaks work, unfortunately, it's all really luck out of the hat unless you obviously, run into Lady Luck and you catch a hot streak with her. At least this is the lowest price point, right? So I'm never going to encourage you guys, as much as I would love to see it, dip into your wallets as far as you can and continue to play and go after the items that you guys want. But again, that's not how the world works. We all have our budgets and our limitations of what we can and can't buy. But again, $32 for multi-sport series. The cool thing that I will say for you, Brian, is the fact that all of these have 3 or 4 teams, at least in the divisions in this series. It's different than getting an AFC East or an NFC South that's just one particular division, right? With all those teams. At least you're getting a bunch of different teams from all these different sports. And again, it's still a new series that we have. So the possibilities are still pretty endless on that. So it's only $32 to buy yourself back into that spot, Bryce. So, keep your head up, stay strong, and keep pushing through here as we're going to continue to do, guys. As we're getting about the next 7 or 8 minutes, we don't want to leave. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to wait for that hiatus. I'm going to address Jason's point here about getting that single speed close. With 5 spots left to go, I'm going to kind of focus on this one to wrap things up since you guys kicked some serious butt in the jerseys. Got a Chase wheel spin in twice, actually. So before I finish up and talk about the Chase wheel spin, do a recap and get you guys out of here. I'm sure Jason is in that single spot for the Speed Flex, right?
Probably is. Yeah, let me see what we got here. Single spot for the feed flex. The feed flex.
Yeah, the Foog Flex.
Jason Rosales.
He is in there. Okay, who else is in that as well, by the way? The other 2 spots.
Daniel Sandel and Kathy Conway.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Daniel, as well. So look at the names in this series, guys. Lawrence Taylor, best defensive player ever. Randy Moss, best peak wide receiver ever on the Winter Warrior. Terrell Davis, MVP running back and 2-time Super Bowl champion. Luke Kuechly, 5-time All-Pro, and attended a Super Bowl out of the NFC with the Carolina Panthers back in 2015. Mike Evans, the 1,000-yard man, and Andre Johnson, the most underrated wide receiver of his time. Jamar Chase, who I've mentioned time and time again, He is the single season or single game record now holder for the Cincinnati Bengals in terms of receptions, yards, and targets in a single game. He just did that on Thursday nights. Eric Dickerson, the single season rushing yard leader in 1984, broke that record. He also has that inscription on the lid here, guys. Very, very cool. And then the 2-time sack leader in DeMarcus Ware as well. So $148, guys. All these speed flexes are going for a minimum of about $700 to $800. Brian said, and lost to the Broncos. Yeah, you're damn right he did. But it can't really say, maybe we could talk a little bit more about the Cam Newton not jumping or diving on the football fumble. Obviously, Brian, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. But yeah, that was the nice farewell tour for Peyton Manning there, for him to be able to go out on top. So Jason says, yeah, that wear lid is looking good. I like the 2-time sack leader. Anytime that you can get an accomplishments inscription on here, it just adds the overall value of the helmet. Again, guys, these are exclusives for a reason, just solely because of the fact that you can see a lot of generic, basically signed lids that have the signature, they have the regular logo, and that's totally fine. But being able to get something like a Speed Flex for $148 with a custom design, this isn't the Giants' normal lid. This isn't the Vikings' regular looking lid. Clearly, that's not the Houston Texans looking normal lid. But then you get the Hall of Fame inscription, you get the straight cash home, you get the D GOAT. You get so many different customizations at a fine fraction of the cost. We're talking about maybe a 10th of what you would have to pay for, if not even less. So definitely take a look at that single break in the Speed Flex series, guys. Really want to get some movement on that going. 11 total headliners and 14 complete boxes that are left. Jason said, I finally hit a Cowboy lid the other day and it was a mini, but hey, after everything I've won, finally got my team. That's awesome, man. Congrats, Jason. Who did you end up getting on that mini? I am very, very curious, my man. So feel free to let me know. 4 spots left here in the single box break for the Diamond. We might get some pre-fills going into the 3 o'clock hour here, Alex. So
I'm thinking so.
So it looks like it's going to trend in that direction. Alex and I will stay on if we can get something down into the 3s. We have a 4 here in the quad box as well, 5 in the double for the practice squad, 7 in the single for the practice squad, which, by the way, 1 and 2 shot of getting yourself a headliner in the practice squad series. So, you got the Wear Mini. Very, very cool. Awesome. So I could see you're a big fan of the hardware. So we got the Calvin Johnson Mini, Mr. Megatron himself. Megatron played anything but Mini. I'll tell you that. You know that firsthand, Alex, being the big Lions fan that you are. Rondé Barber, one of the most reliable defensive backs in the NFL today. Going across the board here, we have DeMarcus Ware, who got pulled in the last show. Tim Brown, who got pulled in this show, and then Edgerrin James. So we just have Edgerrin James, Calvin Johnson, and Rondé Barber that are left, and then Warren Moon and Ricky Williams in the headliners. So we got 5 headliners left, guys, and then we have 14 total boxes. So the new update, 5 headliners, 14 boxes left in the practice squad. So any last-second buzzer beaters, guys, if you're getting those cards out, feel free to let me know. If we can get any of the 4 spots down to 3, I'll stay on a little bit longer. I know you guys don't want to wait till the 3 o'clock show. We all have things to do on our day off on Sunday. So you want to be able to get into these breaks now and see a potential dub for yourself in the chat. But with that being the case, totally fine. If not, Alex, did you happen to put the names in the Chase wheel spin? If not,
it's in. How many? It's what was it? Jersey.
The jersey. So
jerseys we did.
So 2. 2 times for the jerseys. Yeah, we did 2.
He's the quarterback for the Dolphins. Tua Latu, isn't that what you said?
The guy that threw a pick 2.
I'm talking about.
Are you pick 2? A pick? Oh, okay. We're not
talking about my boy like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Two is your boy.
No, I mean I don't dislike Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa turnover. Okay, that's me. But I do. Yeah, I mean I do like Tua. I just like when he's not throwing balls to the other team. Rock, what's up, Rock? No, don't have to apologize, man. There's no such thing as a bad question here in the Ultimate Autographs break room. He said, I'm new to this, but I'm interested in the live break number 6 double box break. Okay, cool. As a Giants fan, the LT helmet is very appealing as he's been my favorite Giant. Am I actually going to get 2 autographed helmets, or am I going to pay for a possible chance to get someone with a good chance of getting nothing? Again, apologies for the question and not trying to offend anyone. That is probably the most formal and polite written question I have seen
straightforward.
in a long time. I appreciate the straightforwardness, the transparency, and you don't have to apologize at all, man. That's an
Not at
awesome
all.
question. So we are here to answer all of your questions. So just answering this question for you here, Rock. So you said that you were in the number 6 double box break. So that is, I believe, the Speed Flex. Perfect. So there's 8 spots left. So this is a division break for you, Rock. So what happens here is if you buy one spot, that would cost you $296. So what you would get in that situation, it would be one space, and then 7 other spots would need to get filled out. Once those other 7 spots get filled out, then it becomes a live random break. Now, the reason why I start giving out all of these numbers is because I'm telling you what is available left in this series. For example, your guy, you're looking for Lawrence Taylor, right? He is available left in this particular series. It is not a guarantee at 1 or 2. The double box break means is that 2 boxes would come out for the break. You don't know what's inside of the boxes. We don't know either. We all find out together. That's the fun part of it. That's the randomization part. Now, what I can tell you for this particular series, there are 11 photoed headliners that are available. Lawrence Taylor being one of them, Randy Moss, Terrell Davis, Luke Kuechly, Mike Evans, Andre Johnson, Jamar Chase, Eric Dickerson, and DeMarcus Ware are all photoed headliners that are available. And then these names also are available in this series as well. Ndamukong Suh and Michael Vick. So what all these names mean, and then there's 3 what we like to call hidden gems or names on the board that we do not know about. So what happens is when that break does occur, those 2 boxes will get opened up, and then you get placed in a division. Let's say you get placed in the NFC East. Well, guess what? If your name is in the NFC East and Lawrence Taylor gets pulled out, then Lawrence Taylor goes to you. Let's say if your name goes in the NFC North. Again, it's completely random where you get put in the division. If you get put in the NFC North, and lo and behold, Randy Moss gets pulled out of one of those 2 boxes, well, guess what? You win Randy Moss, and so on and so forth. So hopefully you stick around long enough to end up seeing how an actual break goes down. So honestly, the best way is getting thrown into the fire and watching it yourself. It's very easy to pick up on, and I love the question, by the way, and I love to explain it, so thank you for that. What's going on, Mr. Leon? Great to see you, Chris. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday, my man. He said, I just got here. What's left in the right stuff? And without me even reading that comment, I already just went through it. So I got that asked and answered, guys. So just going to take one last look at the live breaks. And then after that, going to do the chase wheel spin and get you guys out of here. So this is what we're currently looking at now. Great explanation. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. Would love to see your name pop up. Feel free to let me know what your name is, by the way, what your favorite team is, which is, you said, the Giants. You're going for the LT. Looking for a couple other Giants again. Just because we don't have names up on the board in some of our divisions, like the practice squad, the Diamonds, just because there's no Giants in there does not mean there's a guarantee that there's not a New York Giant in there. That's the fun part. We see stuff all the time. And also in the double box break, I forgot to mention this for you here, Rock. You can also double up in this series, which means that you can actually win yourself 2 helmets, but it has to be in the same division. So to give you an example from the photoed headliners here, let's take a look at how about Mike Evans in the NFC South alongside Luke Kuechly? So if Luke Kuechly and Mike Evans both got pulled out of those 2 boxes in your series and your name was in the NFC South, well, guess what? You just walked away with Mike Evans and Luke Kuechly on 2 speed flexes. So again, that might sound really, really unlikely, but that's why the price point is what it is. You're getting yourself a chance. It's like a low risk, high reward type of situation that we have set up for you guys here. So again, let's get to the chase wheel spin, guys. You guys have been great. And again, now you get to learn what the chase wheel spin is too, which is also super duper cool. So these are all the names from the jersey breaks for you guys today. Dice roll for this show has been numero 7. That is 7 for those that need to bone up on their Spanish a little bit here. 6 times around we go. Brian Smith is at the top. Is Brian going to reign supreme, or is this last randomization spin going to set him back? Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. So he stays on top. Way to go, Brian. He stood on business, and he stood on top of the randomizer. So, Mr. Smith, I know that you said that you didn't have the best of luck in your breaks today, but guess what? You're about to get some of that UA coin back. So let's see what you get. 1 to 100. DJ, spin that. You know what? Oh, okay, and it's going to be some good amount of coin going back your way. $62 to Brian Smith.
Brian Smith.
Brian Smith, $62 on the Chase wheel spin. So, guys,
It's got to be the only Brian Smith out there, right?
only Brian Smith I've seen today, that's for sure.
Only Brian
We had a
Smith
Ryan
in the
Wilson and a
world.
Brian Smith. No hablo español. Man, oh my God, I'm not going to expose myself on what 62 is. I used to know what 62 was in Spanish. I'll learn it before the 3 o'clock show. But speaking of which, guys, thank you guys all so much for tuning into the noon edition of the Ultimate Autographs live break room, coming to you live from the city beautiful Burr Ridge, Illinois. We had some great hits for you guys today, so I'll bring these back out and show you. We had 2 separate 33 jerseys, Alex. You don't see that very often, my friend. We started off with the Jose Canseco jersey here for the Oakland Athletics, a part of the Bash Bros. And then we had the Alonzo Mourning for the Miami Heat legend, 2006 NBA champion. And of course, to get a nice zoomed in view of this bad boy here, the Hall of Famer and Tim Brown. So 3 awesome hits, Alex. Give me your uno, dos, y tres out of what we had.
I'm gonna go Canseco number 1, hidden gem.
Yeah.
I think
That's a good
that
one.
was a really cool hit. Alonzo Mourning, my number 2, headliner. But the jersey break has been pretty hot today. Tim Brown was number 3.
Okay, I like it. You know what? Jerseys reign supreme. I'll go with Zoe number 1, Canseco 2, and then Tim Brown number 3. So I'm going to back you up on that. 6 times 10 plus 2. C. CC Brian. So hopefully I can see you, Brian, and the rest of you guys back here and the Ultimate Autographs break room. You guys, the best customers in the entire planet, the entire galaxy when it comes to breaks. So Alex and I will be back. I will be seated in the same chair. Alex will be as well. Awesome show, my man. Any last thoughts at all before we step away for about the next 15 minutes or so?
Kind of sad. It'll be our last show together for the day coming up. But yeah, I always enjoy working with you, Rob. Thank you to the customers as always. You guys make this all possible. So thank you.
Thank you guys all so much. Make sure to tune in to Alex and I at 3. Alex had to sleep her overnight. He's also going to be on the 6 o'clock show as well.
Yep.
So he's here all day, all day long, baby. So hopefully you guys will join us as well. So thank you all so much. We're going to step aside for a few brief moments, and we'll see you at 3 o'clock.